I was doing the presentation for Rand Refinery, it's about gold in South Africa. And we are having the Olympics at the moment. And China, by the way, was leading the gold medal race yesterday with 14 out of 22 medals. America was second. Okay. Zimbabwe, by the way, had 3 silver. We had silver. And those were all in swimming where we thought we were going to have gold. But Rand Refinery, I thought it's an interesting company. And again, I'm going to give you some background about the company because certainly in my career, I've never come across a company where the supplier of raw material, the purchaser of the product, the stakeholders, and the board of executives are all one person or one entity. That's Anglo Gold Ashanti. Okay, they have shares in the business. They have the mines that provide the raw materials. They are the people who also market gold in Africa into the rest of the world. And they actually share in everything else. So it's a very interesting thing. The board appointments, or the appointments to the exco level, is done by Anglo Gold Ashanti. So they have a very vested interest within the management of Rand Refinery. We are also in, it's a very interesting company. I'll take you through that process. When I started with Rand Refinery, I, for instance, didn't know that silver was a byproduct of gold. I just love wearing gold, okay? But those are sort of things that you realize once you start moving into that. But this company is different to other refining companies worldwide. We are the only company in the world. There's, I think, 5 or 6 refining companies worldwide that does smelting, refining, global markets, and has a bulk logistics service, all on one premises. Okay? Most other refining companies are just refining. They get the product in, they refine it, and they ship out whatever it is they've made. Rand Refinery is different. They have a smelting component which operates as a separate entity. Once they've smelted everything, it then goes to refining. Once refining is done with what they have to do, it then hits the vaults and the global markets. So it's a very intricate company, and everybody depends on one another. Security is huge. I think the security in South Africa is a big business, but I think in terms of Rand Refinery, of the overheads, that's probably about 35% of the overhead goes towards security. The people with the vaulting service, and you can see the helicopter there, they helicopter stuff in from all over, including Johannesburg, Oliver Tambo International. Not even the pilot knows when the shipment is due. It's very, very secretive. The only time you know that there's something happening at the refining plant or the smelting plant is when you hear the chopper landing, because of the security. So it's very, very interesting to work within the company. That's just the background of what it looks like. You can see that Anglo Gold certainly has a 53% share of this. Yeah, it's huge. And I think the appointments to exco level in terms of Anglo Gold Ashanti equals that, if it's not more. I think it's 70% of the exco members are appointed by Anglo Gold Ashanti within Rand Refinery. Now bear in mind, Anglo Gold Ashanti is a mining company. Most of those individuals think blue-green. Very few of them think yellow. The problem we have in South Africa is that our mines are getting very deep. Our gold is running out. It's getting too deep to mine it cost effectively. And they have to start looking at repositioning themselves in terms of the future. And that is where we got involved. And we got involved with a process called the Katilepile project. It is a change management initiative. Katilepile stands for stepping into the future. Okay, and that is a project that the people themselves chose the name for. We got involved with HBDI, which is Exco Common now at HID level, and future training and coaching I'll get to you now. But basically what it was when we started at the Exco level, we started with individual feedback. Individual assessments and feedback for each and every one of the Exco level. When we did that, they were actually okay to have a team profile done. Before that, they were very, do not do this, okay? We were afraid to see what this was. After that, the team profile actually got together, and there was quite a tilt on that level towards the blue side. Okay? We started working with the team, and the team eventually started shifting slightly because there was two drivers on the yellow who wanted this change to happen because they knew our gold was running out. And they were faced with one of two possibilities: either fly in gold from North Africa at a cost, or do something differently in South Africa. And they basically decided to do something differently. And this is just the process that we did. This was phase 1. That's now been completed. Mancom was also completed, the HBDI and they also received team feedback. Interesting in here with Mancom was that EXCO was present within that, and then EXCO invited Mancom for the first time in history to join them on a strategic breakaway, to actually come and talk to them with them, because at Mancom level we certainly had a lot more yellow thinkers than we had at EXCO level. So they realized that, and they actually said, but hang on, we're inviting the wrong people to strategic breakaways. Okay. So that's been quite a shift for them in terms of what they were doing. HOD levels, that we went in a step further. At the EXCO Mancom level, there was about 40 people. HOD level is about 20 as well. Exactly the same, and what they've decided to do is to give us group feedback. They identified some serious operational needs, and that pushed us into the next phase of where we're going now. The challenges, as I explained to you, for the company is global markets, getting smaller. But if you look at where Africa is, and we're probably right at the end, North Africa is much closer to the refining opportunities within Switzerland. And North Africa is saying, well, why should we give you our gold if we can ship it to Switzerland and they can give it back to us? And we're saying, well, we want to buy all the product and we want to keep it and do look at what we want afterwards. One thing about our refining is that you will see on our gold bars, there's the mark says 99 point, I think it's 196% pure gold, or 95 or more. But we are the purest gold in the world. And everybody worldwide, when they sell gold, they will keep the little envelope on the gold bar. That's the last thing they will sell, because that's the most important, to show that it's African gold. That's the road ahead for us in terms of phase 2. That's now starting in September. Individual coaching for EXCO has already started happening. Mancom has also started with individual coaching, and now I'm not coaching all of them. The coach also has the ability to choose who she wants to coach and who she doesn't want to coach, and you can't coach everybody. HODs will then go into group training or group coaching, what we say, and the mapping of the process and that we did yesterday in terms of the team will now go straight into the group coaching, because we don't have anything for them to prepare with. We take the topics that's for them is important. So if we had to take communication, we will work around the map that we did yesterday.
Oh, good.
In terms of that's the process, the mapping process that we will be doing with you. And the HBDI training programs, I think those of you who've been to ANSI website will see that there's quite a few that's been accredited already. And we're quite happy to even with them as well in terms of the
That's the business of thinking.
Sorry?
The business of thinking.
The business of
Yes.
thinking.
But I think it's the rollout in the company that she's referring to.
Yeah, the rollout in companies, the business of thinking. And that's where we are with brand refinery.
Right, fantastic.